Please take a second, pause the video, and read this disclaimer. Today we're taking a look at the single leg hip bridge. Now, as always, you should only be performing exercises if you've been cleared by a medical professional to do so. Now, how I like to perform this exercise is beginning with one leg bent and one leg straight. I'm going to take that straight leg, I'm going to bend it to about 90 degrees of knee flexion and hip flexion, and tucking my hips up towards my belly button and pressing my low back down into the ground, just like the posterior pelvic tilt. Once I'm in that position, I'm going to drive through that heel, through the glute, bring my hips up and towards the ceiling. And I'm going to keep that posterior pelvic tilt the entire time. So again, you can see here that I am just focusing on driving through the heel of my left leg, getting up to about 90 degrees of hip flexion on that left leg, which is about neutral. Now I'm really using my left glute a lot here. So at a certain point, we have to rotate and switch to my right one because I can really only tolerate about doing 10 of these right now. And that's actually how I like to dose it, is sets of 10. And pretty quickly when you're doing this exercise, again, if you've been cleared by a medical professional to do so, you're going to realize that one of your glutes is typically way stronger than the other. For me, my right glute is not nearly as strong as my left glute, and it is much harder for me to maintain that posterior pelvic tilt while I'm doing this exercise. But let's take a look at this again. It's going to begin with one leg out straight, the other one bent. You're going to bring that right leg up to 90 degrees of hip flexion and knee flexion. Tuck the hips, bringing the back down into the ground and rotating those hips towards the belly button. And then keeping that posterior pelvic tilt, driving through that heel and bringing those hips up and towards the ceiling. Now, again, I like to dose these for 3 sets of 10 on each side. I find these particularly exhausting, and they're a really good precursor before doing any sort of weighted hip thrusts. Now, I'm not feeling any pain with this. If you have any pain with any exercise, stop and consult with a medical professional immediately. You shouldn't feel any numbness, tingling, or pain. Now, where I do feel this is in, of course, my glute max, the one that is working, the leg that I'm driving to that heel, my glute max is working quite a bit, and I can feel that after 3 sets of 10. I also feel a bit my hip flexors because they're getting a little bit of a stretch. Now, this is how I do the single leg hip bridge. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see next. And thank you also to my patrons. You guys are awesome and you help enable me to do this. Now, everybody stay fit, stay healthy, and stay awesome, and I will catch you all in the next video.